Here. Welcome to another episode of my trucker vlog. As of this moment, I am waiting for load number 4 of me being a solo company driver, as I have finished doing 25,000 miles team driving with a trainer and then 30,000 miles team driving with a fellow student. So I'm now officially a fully trained rookie truck driver. And and what I'm going to do in this episode is that I'm going to give you a little tour on how I utilize the space in a 2023 Freightliner Cascadia. So it's sort of a tutorial video on top of a trucker vlog video. I'm going to start off with my cargo compartments here. Well, actually, I'm going to start off with the back of the cab. Alright. This is where I store my load locks, and load locks have a hole where, you know, it locks. I started off using bungee cord to hold this together, but I eventually just got me a combination lock from Walmart. But this combination lock is a lock I used to use on a locker at a gym that I used to train at. A few different gyms that I trained at. Now I use this because I take my gym with me, and I'll show you that in a minute. This is a good place to keep your glad hands and electrical lines so rain don't get into it. They obviously go over there. And so let's show you how I use the space here. My left cargo compartment here. This is where I have fire extinguisher, this stuff right here. I also got a bottle of treatment here, so if temperature gets too cold, I can chemically treat the diesel fuel that I have. Got a spare bungee cord if I need it. I got 4 of these things. It's just lube for the for the skid plate, and only need 2 packages to do the skid plate properly. I have this needs to go in here, but I have a tool bag that I keep tools in. I got I wear these whenever I fuel up the truck, so I get diesel fuel on me. This is usually when I'm dropping or picking up a trailer, so I don't get my hands too dirty, but you're gonna get dirty regardless in this trade. It's like trying to stay clean while working inside a fabrication shop, which is what I did before the pandemic. That caused me to DoorDash for 4 years, and then caused me to realize I like driving for a living. And being a trucker is how I've figured out how to make more money driving for a living. So let's go to the other cargo compartment. What I'm about to show you is my mobile gym, because year before last year I lost 111 pounds just walking 4 miles a day, eliminating sugar from my diet, except for like 1 Coca-Cola bottle a week. And then last year I gained 70 pounds of muscle mass and only 10 pounds of body fat, because I went from walking 2 miles a day to doing a lot of weight training, a lot of mixed martial arts training. But since I'm on the road, I now just walk 2 miles a day and do weight training. This is a collapsible weight bench I got off of Amazon. I'll leave a link to this in the description below. And as you can see here, I have 2 modular dumbbells. They go up to 25 pounds each. And at the moment, I'm doing 25 reps a day, 15 pounds, full body workout, including squats. And but my goal is to work up to 100 reps a day, but I have to pace myself. I was doing 100 reps a day with 15-pound dumbbells when I left for trucking school, but I haven't been able to work out until just a few weeks ago, because I didn't have enough room to store this kind of stuff in the truck while I was team driving with someone. Back there is a broom head, because sometimes the trailer is not that dirty. I only got to sweep it out, which means I don't have to go to a trailer wash. I keep the broom handle in the cab, and but yeah, that's very helpful. All right, this is where I keep this right here. This helps for sweeping out the inside of the cab, but I also got a handheld vacuum cleaner for that. I have Windex, and what it is the reason I have Windex is part of a little technique that my trainer taught me when I was doing team driving with a trainer, is that apparently when you get a lot of dried bug guts on the windshield, there's something in Windex that will break down the bug guts, so it's easier to scrub off at a truck stop. So that's why I keep that Windex. Now let's go over here. I'll work front to back. Down here is usually where I keep some dude wipes and just some tools like LED flashlight. Also, I keep my bolt lock for the back of the trailer. I usually keep my keychain in my pocket, but when I'm driving, I tend to put it right here. Here's my trucker GPS. I've left links on where to get that in the video, because trucker GPSs can sometimes cost upwards to almost $1,000. But what I did is that I decided to get one that's 3 generations old, possibly 4 generations old now, so it only cost me $350. So I'm gonna wait until I have a lot of money in savings before I get me a really fancy GPS. But this GPS has worked well so far. But of course, I try to cross-reference with my atlas, and I got like 2 different atlases here. Here, you know, I keep paper towels. This is paperwork for the truck, like manual, and this is like, oh, there's an extra folder I don't use anymore. And this is like a 3-ring binder full of a bunch of legal papers, and just an extra tool that I don't use anymore. I'll probably throw out of the way. This is a box of folders, empty folders that I got off Amazon. I keep a bag of energy shots here, but it's sugar-free energy shots. Here, this is where I store energy shots, cigarettes, and refills for my thingy that keeps the inside of the truck from smelling like cigarettes. And I use Lysol in the back. And what I had to do though over time was I had to get me some Velcro, because this thing was sliding around all over the place. And now I just use this, and that keeps it in place while I'm driving. And yeah, pretty much. And fuse box is right there. I have an extra bag of fuses in the tool compartment that I showed you earlier. This is my trash can, and I got this little doohickey right here, so I keep my phone right here in case, because there's going to be times where you might need to use it while driving. Like I have a headset, you know, my fleet manager might call me, and this gives me a safe way to operate the phone in a manner to answer the call while I'm driving. You know, they got a camera here and monitors me and all that stuff. And then right here, whenever I'm done scanning paperwork after making a delivery, what I do is I take that paperwork, I staple it together, and then I put it in a folder, and then I write down the delivery date on the folder. You notice this represents load number 3 as a single, as a solo driver, a solo company driver. And this last one, it was basically a trailer swap at a Love's. And that way, if my fleet manager ever calls me up and asks me about a receipt or something about a load I'd maybe done 2 months ago or whatever, I have a very organized way of finding it. And I actually had that situation once before, and I couldn't find a receipt for load locks. And basically, paperwork wise, on my record, it shows that I failed to get a receipt for load locks I had to get. So I don't want that situation to ever happen again. So I make sure that all my stuff is organized. So next time I need to show my fleet manager paperwork from a load that happened many loads ago, I have an easy way of finding it. Now let's get back here. All right, this space is where you could put a microwave at. However, I'm getting ready to become a lease operator, and I just want to be a solo company driver for at least a month so that I can gain experience trip planning in the context of a solo driver, because so far I only have experience really in trip planning in the context of a team driver. And I'm glad I did that, because I'm on load number 4 now, and I've learned a lot about trip planning just being a solo driver instead of a team driver, because you can only drive for 10 hours and then you have to do a 10-hour reset. And then if you do that too many days in a row, then you have to do like a 30-something hour reset, which I just recently completed. And yeah, now up here, This is all my cleaning supplies, trash bags, you know, wipes, all-purpose cleaner. I got some disposable plates, whole 9 yards. I use this to clean my CPAP mask. And this, for now, I'm just using it as a hat rack where I got some winter hats and other miscellaneous stuff. Here, this is where I keep all my jerky, because for the last 3 years, I've been making massive progress on my diet. I only got 110 pounds of body fat left to go. I know that sounds a lot, but I used to be 250 pounds overweight. And like I said, the year before last year, I dropped 111 pounds in body fat, just by walking 2 miles a day and basically having a mostly protein diet. And then last year I switched to weight training and mixed martial arts training, and I only lost 1 pound size but gained 80 pounds. And when I was doing the TOT physical to get a CDL, I learned that only 10 pounds of that was body fat and 70 pounds of that was actually muscle mass. So last year was a success. And it also explained why I gained 80 pounds last year, but yet still somehow dropped another pant size. So year before last year, I dropped 5 pant sizes, 2 shirt sizes, and then last year I dropped 1 pant size. So and now it confused the hell out of me, because I was like, how the hell is it possible that I gain 80 pounds but still lose another 2 inches on my waist? And it turns out it's because muscle mass is way heavier than body fat. So now I'm back into weight training. Now what it is I walk 2 miles a day and then do a full body workout with dumbbells. And when I do my walk 2 miles a day, I have this smartwatch. This only costs like 40 something dollars. I'll leave a link to it in the description. That helps me make sure that I actually do walk 2 miles a day. And I keep a bag of wipes here because I have glasses. And I just have miscellaneous stuff here. The Hicks Vapor Rub, which works for a lot of things, and eye drops, you know, just basic stuff here. And now let me show you the interesting part here. It's always been a mystery on what the hell to do with this compartment. This compartment here, I found this rack on Amazon. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. I learned about this rack from a comment someone made posting a link to it in a trucker group on Facebook. And I was like so blown away. And it was like, hey, you could use this in a Cascadia. I'm like, okay, cool. So I tried it and oh my God, it works. So this is just mostly food related stuff. Up here is hygiene related stuff and medicine. I use B6 vitamins to defeat carpal tunnel syndrome, which is what you develop when you're steering a tractor trailer up to 10 hours a day. And I learned about that trick from a registered nurse, because I was a welder for 13 years, and I have a severe carpal tunnel at the time, and I learned that if I take 2,000 milligrams of B6 vitamins a day for about 2 weeks, the carpal tunnel goes away. But if you go to a doctor, he'll tell you to just take ibuprofen and stop doing what you're doing. But as a trucker, I can't stop doing what I'm doing, no more than as a welder I couldn't stop doing what I was doing. And I worked so many welders under the table while I was basically repairing the damage that causes the pain of the symptoms of carpal tunnel syndrome. I was working other welders under the table for years who eventually had to get surgery to fix their carpal tunnel because they decided to listen to a doctor, not registered nurse. A doctor will not tell you about B6 vitamins because he will not profit from it. So yeah, that's the way it is. I take melatonin to help me sleep, along with my CPAP machine. I keep my hose here, keep some Lysol here, and yeah, that's how I pretty much use the space, and it's so helpful. Also, I store unused grocery bags right here because I use them as trash bags here. And also, there's this other compartment here. Here I have a handheld vacuum cleaner and just a bunch of miscellaneous crap that I need to have there. I have easy access to my vacuum cleaner. Helps keep things tidy, as you can see here. Here, this is where I store my laptop and other laptop related things. I also have sort of like a folder type filing cabinet where I keep all my identification paperwork and my passport bros and my passport you bros out there. And because I plan on using this trade to save up some money so I could use my passport and go where I'm appreciated. I refuse to date again until I'm back in Mexico, because Mexican women in Mexico, at least the non-Americanized ones, actually like men, which is something that you don't really experience much in America, since this culture has turned its back on traditional family values. Anyway, and this is a tote that I hold more miscellaneous stuff, and I use my top bunk here as storage. This trash bags, that's my dirty laundry duffel bag, that's my, I guess, dresser. And I took one of those, I bought one of those exercise roller mats, and I put it on the bottom here to give everything on top here traction, so stuff doesn't slide off when I'm trying to drive, because there's always a million potholes between here, between point A and point B. You never know when you have to suddenly slow down too, because of stupid drivers or unexpected traffic jams. So that actually solves that problem right there. Also, I have a built-in table here I use for when I'm on my laptop or when I'm eating. And yeah, now here I have a little collapsible kickstand that I use for when I'm climbing in and out of the trailer. I also use it to step on it because it's the only way that I could actually physically see the brake pads in the front of the truck, because I got disc brakes in the front. When I'm doing a pre-trip inspection, I'm vertically challenged. This is a collapsible table that I keep there. Now, in the bottom of the bag is the broomstick that I keep, and this is actually very comfortable to sleep here because it's a pretty thick mattress. Now I'm gonna put the phone down for a second so I could lift up the bed. All right, the bed lifts up. This thing lifts up too, and it's got a built-in ladder. But down here, you know, there's my workout equipment there, my dumbbells, all that stuff. There's the other compartment here. I have my tools and stuff here. I keep a bunch of extra water stored, and just stuff that I need. That's more canned vegetables, because my diet is mostly protein and mixed vegetables. That right there compartment is basically a handheld battery powered grinder with a cutter wheel, because every now and then I have a seal in the back of the trailer that requires that type of tool to cut through. But most of my seals are made out of plastic. Then I, over here in this dark corner, I just keep like a bunch of excuse me, jackets, coats, stuff like that. And let's see, that's pretty much it. And yeah, and my diet has been worked out pretty well so far. Oh, and there's another thing too. Here is, see if I can, I'll put my phone down to get to it. Alrighty. I do have a weight scale to help me track my weight loss, and I originally bought two different butt pads. I got this one, I get this one over here. I wasn't sure which one is going to work best for me. Turns out this one works best for me, and I use it when my butt starts to hurt after driving for several hours. I was going to throw this one away, but I realized that it's an excellent way to store my weight scale. Let's see, where is the zipper for it? Let me put this down for a second. Yeah, here's my weight scale. So I basically use this thing to protect this thing, because this has got, it's kind of made out of glass or whatever, but it's the best weight scale I can get. And I want to invest in a good weight scale, since I still have another 110 pounds of body fat to lose. And so far I've went from 360 pounds down to 343 just while going through training phase and not even exercising. But now that I actually have the time and energy to exercise, because when you're team driving it, you're either sleeping or you're driving. There's like not much time for anything, but I have at least 2 hours a day of free time. So I spend part of that exercising, the other part studying Spanish, since I'm getting ready to go to Mexico. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And let's see here. Oh, I got a compartment here. I keep a stapler and a stapler remover here, some cough drops, keep a pair of sunglasses up here. This is a journal that I use. It's where it's basically, I have a food log where I track what food I eat every day for every meal, how often I work out, what kind of workouts I do during the workouts, so I could track how many, this helps me stay consistent with the diet, helps me stay consistent with exercising. Also, on the other side of it, I have a finance log to help me keep track of my savings, helps me manage my money a little bit better. I have separate notepad that I use for managing bills. I ain't gonna show you, but yeah, over here I just have some miscellaneous stuff, and over here I have, I contain it for paperwork for work. And if you can see there, I keep a keyboard and a mouse here because this thing has a port for USB. And what I do is that I use the keyboard to do paperwork. And but what makes it easy for me to do paperwork is I use this little device right here. I use that to help me do paperwork because there's paperwork I got to do on the phone call all the time. There's a digital logbook that's built in there. But yeah, that's pretty much how I utilize the space in a Freightliner Cascadia. And I hope this video helps other rookie drivers out there on how to best utilize your space. And also, I'm hoping with this trucker vlog that I can prove that you can get in shape while being a dedicated over-the-road trucker. Because I plan on being the kind of trucker that never goes home, that this is my home, this is my apartment. And there's no reason for me to dish out money on an apartment because the rent is too damn high. And there's no point in me buying a house in America because for $50,000 I can get a house in Mexico that costs $350,000 here in the US because Mexico's awesome like that. So yeah, this is my journey. And once I'm getting my second paycheck as a solo company driver a few days from now, and after 3 more paychecks as a solo driver, that's when I'm going to call up my company driver and say, hey, I'm ready to sign a lease. And at that point, supposedly I should make $100,000 after taxes and expenses in my first 12 months. That's what many of the lease operators swear up and down and tell me at Wilson Logistics. But interestingly enough, my trainer actually showed me the numbers since he's been a lease operator for 15 years. So I know that it's probably not bullshit, but we shall see. Yep, that's the end of my vlog. See y'all in the next episode.